Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown, broadcast on the Oilers Fanatic and the Heavy Hockey Network. Well, we're less than 24 hours, about 24 hours as I record this, away from the NHL trade deadline tomorrow, and the Edmonton Oilers haven't made any moves yet as of this recording, since, of course, the Trent Frederic and Max Jones moves, but we did get some positive news on Evander Kane, and positive in the sense that the Oilers could potentially have his money to use here before tomorrow's deadline. The latest update comes from TSN's Ryan Rishaug. He states, "My understanding is that Evander Kane hasn't put back-to-back days of intense workouts together, and as the deadline draws near, it's perhaps becoming more apparent that a return at playoff time is more likely. With that said, they'll be careful here, but my sense is we could see them with more space to work with than previously thought." So that's definitely positive in my books. I'm open to, of course, having Evander Kane back for the playoff run, to add that offense, to add that toughness and grit. But in the meantime, I want to see this team add and be the best possible team that it can be going in to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Daniel Nugent-Bowman had an update for us on one of the newest Oilers, Trent Frederic. He's apparently considered week to week. He said his ankle injury is feeling better by the day, and he's no longer in a walking boot. Exact timeline for a return does remain unclear, though. So last we heard on Trent Frederic was possibly 2 to 3 weeks away. Hopefully it's on the 2-week side, because I would like to see Trent Frederic added to the lineup here for the Edmonton Oilers. I think he's definitely going to bring some elements that the Edmonton Oilers have been desperately needing here for a long, long time. Another player that is going to be bringing some of those elements is Max Jones, a former London Knight, and we just love having London Knights here with the Edmonton Oilers. He's a friend of Evan Bouchard, knows Corey Perry's a legend in London, and good friends with Adam Henrique, so he's already got some connections here with the team. He did a little tour of the Oilers dressing room, I believe it was yesterday or earlier today, and he was just blown away. So we do know that Max Jones will make his Oilers debut tonight. Also coming into the lineup is defenseman Cam Dineen. John Klingberg is apparently dealing with a minor injury, so he won't play, and Matthias Ekholm is getting rested due to a sickness as expected. So here's a look at what the Edmonton Oilers lineup should look like against the Montreal Canadiens tonight. A top line of Nuge, McDavid, and Hyman. A second line of Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Arvidsson. A third line of Janmark, Henrique, and Brown. Max Jones joins the lineup on the fourth line with Kasperi Kapanen and Corey Perry. On defense, Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard, Brett Kulak and Ty Emberson, and Cam Dineen will draw into the third pair with Troy Stecher, and Stuart Skinner will get the start tonight against the Habs. And of course, that means that Jeff Skinner is a healthy scratch for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, with Max Jones coming in his place. This just has to be so incredibly frustrating for Jeff Skinner. I just don't know when this guy is going to get a full-time opportunity. I'd be really shocked if he wasn't at least a little bit upset. I mean, he's always showing a positive attitude here, and I mean, good for Skinner for keeping that positive attitude, but for a guy that was brought in to play in the Oilers' top six to constantly be a healthy scratch, like I said, just has to be incredibly frustrating, and I definitely feel for him. So let's see what other moves here the Edmonton Oilers make before the trade deadline, and maybe there's a couple moves that will allow Jeff Skinner to be a more permanent fixture in the lineup, or maybe he leaves town, but I don't think that's going to happen. He does have the no-move clause, and he definitely wants to play in the playoffs for the first time in his career. Bakersfield Condors reporter Ryan Holt had this post on Cam Dineen. Good for Cam Dineen. The 26-year-old is having his best season with 29 points in 45 games and is a +5 logging heavy minutes. So congratulations to Cam. It's great to see guys come up from Bakersfield and get that opportunity in the Edmonton Oilers lineup. It was a quick call up and then back down for him last time, but Cam Dineen actually gets to draw into the lineup now for the Edmonton Oilers. So excited to see what he can do in that third pairing, playing with Troy Stecher, and he's a guy the Oilers may need come playoff time, so getting this good look at him is definitely something that will help the Edmonton Oilers and their coaching staff. A couple notes trade-wise, Pierre LeBrun possibly linking San Jose defenseman Mario Ferraro to the Edmonton Oilers. Pierre LeBrun is hearing that the San Jose Sharks are listening on Ferraro. It doesn't for sure mean that they'll move him, but given the small number of defensemen on the trade market, the Sharks are seeing what comes their way. LeBrun adds, it just so happens that the Oilers are in need of a defense addition, so possibly a name to keep an eye on here over the next 24 hours. John Gibson, the goaltender that every second Oilers fan in oil country wants, had to leave the game last night after being collided into in the crease, so I don't know if John Gibson is going to be good to go before the trade deadline tomorrow, so very unlikely that he was going to become an Edmonton Oiler anyway, but John Gibson could potentially be on the move to another team before the deadline tomorrow. Other than that, guys, there's moves going on. Carson Soucy's name is out there, not necessarily connected to the Edmonton Oilers, but he's definitely a possibility. We know the Oilers are trying to move Evander Kane, or at least investigating moving Evander Kane anyway. Doesn't mean obviously for sure that they will, but it's something that's being discussed. And as of this recording, it doesn't look like there's too much else going on there for the Edmonton Oilers. But of course, if something does go down, I will do another video for you guys, and we will definitely discuss it. But for now, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens tonight at 7 p.m. at Rogers Place. The debut of Max Jones in an Edmonton Oilers uniform. Cam Dineen joins the lineup on defense, and let's just hope for a great game from goaltender Stuart Skinner. He definitely needs one, and the Edmonton Oilers in general just need a great game and need to pick up a big win over Montreal tonight. So that's all for me for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.